Hello, everyone, and welcome to the fourth installment of Westchester Knicks Weekly. I'm your host, Alex Fasano. It was announced that the NBA created a brand new sponsorship with Gatorade and have plans for the upcoming 2017 season. The NBA will officially change the name of the Development League to the Gatorade League, or G League for short. The league plans to use the Gatorade Sports Research Institutes to improve player development. The team said goodbye to the heart and soul of the County Center this past weekend. Standout guard Jordan Crawford was traded to the Canton Charge for a second-round pick in the 2017 NBA G League draft. Playing in 2 seasons with the Knicks, he averaged 9.5 points, 2.6 assists, and 1.7 rebounds per game. Crawford delivered an emotional farewell message over social media to express his gratitude to the fans and organization that had meant everything to him.
Hey, Westchester. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for this journey that you guys have embraced me and took me in as family. This is a wonderful community. It's a great fan base. You guys showed true support towards me, and you guys made my journey amazing while I was here. So I just want to say thank you, and God bless.
On Friday, Westchester fell to the Maine Red Claws by a score of 99-85. That was the Knicks' 5th straight loss and amped up the pressure for Saturday's game against the Northern Arizona Suns. Westchester traded leads with the Suns well into the third quarter, but was able to pull away late, winning 114-103. After the 2-game homestand, the Knicks' overall record moved to 14-19. Westchester currently sits in the 3rd place of the Atlantic Division and remains 7 games out of 1st place. Their next matchup comes on the road against the Raptors 905, who hold the best record in the Eastern Conference. Coming up, we break down Westchester's 2-game homestand.
If you build it, they will come. Coming to Iona in the fall 2016, a new master's program in sports communication and media, taught by industry professionals. Students train and work with the Fantasy Sports Network and ESPN3 as producers, directors, and reporters for live shows and events. Advanced students take their skill to the big stage with pro coverage in Westchester County and the tri-state area.
Hi, I'm Anthony Carlo, and I'm at the Madison Square Garden Training Center.
As the season progresses, he'll be allowed to go deeper into bowl games.
The Jets, winners of 5 in a row, sit at 10-5 and control their own playoff destiny as they head to Buffalo for the regular season finale.
The biggest sports networks are located just 30 minutes from Iona's New Rochelle campus. Don't wait for it to happen. Make it happen. Iona and you.
Welcome back to Westchester Knicks Weekly. As always, I am joined by Ian Sacks. Ian, we got some great topics today. But first, really quick, the NBA G League, the new sponsorship with Gatorade, NBA having a new deal with the company. What do you think? How does it sound?
Well, I'm happy that Gatorade is putting the money into the NBA Development League, now called the G League, as you said. I don't like the name per se. I think it would be better maybe the NBA D League sponsored by Gatorade. I think that has a lot better ring to it. But I think that the fact that Gatorade is putting the money into it will benefit the players, the products, the fans, everybody involved.
Of course, and they are going to have new jerseys featuring the Gatorade logo as well, and even new Gatorade logos all over the place, on the chairs, on the balls too. So it's going to be a whole wake-up call for the new season for the G League next season. So let's get into it. Northern Arizona Suns, Maine Red Claws, the opponents for Westchester this weekend, a home 2-game homestand. First game against Maine, we're seeing the same Westchester Knicks we've been talking about for weeks now. They got outscored 85-99. John Jenkins, this new player for Westchester, was phenomenal with 21 points. He's been leading the team in all of these games this past week. What is Westchester doing, again, against this division-leading Maine Red Claws that we saw the same Westchester team?
Well, the disappointing thing for it with Westchester, it was tied at halftime, and then they get outscored by 10 in the fourth quarter. We see this time and again that Westchester loses down the stretch, and it's all because they get outscored by too many points in the fourth quarter. But Jenkins, very impressive in his first few games with Westchester. Of course, as you mentioned, leading the way with 21 points. Right behind him, though, 20 points, Jordan Crawford in his final game as a Westchester Knick.
Of course, it's very, very upsetting to this recent news of Jordan Crawford, the all-star guard for Westchester, a very, very popular fan favorite, the heart and soul of this team, unfortunately being traded to Canton Charge for a second-round draft pick in the 2017 G League draft. It's a little shameful, I didn't mean to say shameful, it's a little upsetting to the fans and to the coverage because he is such a great person. He brings such a spark and such a dynamic play style to Westchester that we've never seen before.
Well, he means a lot more to this team than just his 11 points per game this season. He is that spark plug. He is what ignites the Westchester Knicks when they need a basket, when they need to get the crowd back into the game. It's all Jordan Crawford, and they're going to lose that. And it's, if you think about it, over the last month, they've lost 20 points per game from Chase and Randall, and now 11 points per game from Jordan Crawford. That's 31 points, and this is a team that struggles scoring the ball. They're going to need to find where they're going to get their offense from. And you know what? It could be Jenkins. I really like the way this kid is playing.
Definitely, and you said it. They could find their spark plug. They did it on Saturday night, defeating the Northern Arizona Suns 114-103. I was actually covering that game courtside. John Jenkins looked phenomenal, as always, with his 22 points this time. And again, we saw Maurice Endor and Marshall Plumlee coming back to the county center. It's always nice to see the call-ups from the All-Stars like that. Marshall Plumlee, second in scoring, 21 points, 9 rebounds, a close double-double. And, of course, Maurice Endor, 15 points, 6 rebounds. These two guys, we say it every week, getting called up, getting come back down. The NBA and the D-League are always so shifty, but it's so good to see when Endor and Plumlee come down and do their jobs.
Well, the great part about it was that Plumlee looked so physical there. One of my biggest criticisms of Plumlee is that he's not strong with the ball. He'll get it down low, but then he doesn't know what to do with it to go up strong. He went up incredibly strong, and it resulted in almost a double-double for him. So I think a great performance from Plumlee. And then, of course, they showed up in the fourth quarter, outscoring the Suns by 8 points. Westchester leading to a victory, stopping a 5-game skid. Absolutely great job to see Westchester finally get back in the win column. 6
players in double figures this time for Westchester. We say it every single week. They got to get that offense going. We see it 6 players this week. We saw 5 and 4 a couple times last week. The fact that they're getting double figures like this is phenomenal, and it's great. They are a little struggling right now in the season. They're 14-19. They're under 500. They're the third place team in the Atlantic Division, 7 games out of first place. So maybe this could be the spark plug or the push that Westchester can get in the second half of the season with this All-Star break coming up. You know, maybe they've defeated a decent team. This could be what they need to really turn this season around.
I think the win to gain some momentum, and then the rest over the All-Star break, they can actually practice and settle down and get used to having this core group of players on the court at the same time, drawing up plays and getting everything resolved, figuring out for the second half of the season.
And Coach always talks about how often they travel and what they have to go through with practices and back and forth, going up to Raptors 905 Toronto and then coming back down to the States. And Coach always mentions about how they are so diligent with practice and they're so keen on making sure that they have enough time that their boys can get rested and ready to play these games.
And that's going to be the big key from the All-Star game this coming weekend, because they don't have anyone going to the All-Star break, so they can actually settle down, practice, and get set for the second half.
Hopefully Westchester gets some time off and a little bit of a breather with this upcoming All-Star break. Hopefully turning the tide with this season. We'll see what happens. Well, unfortunately, that is all the time we have today. For Westchester Knicks Weekly, as always, I'm Alex Fasano. He's Ian Sacks, and we'll see you next time.